This is the Open 2021 info video, everything you need to know in one place. If you don't know what the Open is, let's start there. So this actually started from CrossFit headquarters back over 10 years ago now. And it's just a worldwide competition on their end. So every CrossFit affiliate across the world would sign up and have their members complete workouts that CrossFit headquarters would release once a week, normally over the course of 5 weeks. And this was just a really awesome way to compare yourself to the community at large, to test your fitness and to see where you stack up against other people, many of whom are your friends from your gym or friends from other gyms. This was also a qualifier for the CrossFit Games, which are what you've seen on Netflix, the insane athletes that have capacity and strength that are out of this world. Starting when Locomotion opened in 2017, our first Open was in February of 2018, I knew that I wanted to implement it here as well, but with a twist. For us, we are not a competitive CrossFit gym. We don't really care if you can do Fran in less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A lot of you probably don't even know what that is. And that's totally fine. That's not our vibe. That's not what our gym does. So what I wanted to do is take CrossFit's idea and implement that under our roof. And that is how the Locomotion Open or the Locomotion Intramural Open was born. Since we have all these awesome other things that we do, boot camp, yoga, cycle, I knew that I needed to create some sort of structure this year, especially as those programs have really grown and taken off, that was inclusive for everyone. So yes, there will be this CrossFit component for CrossFitters, and if you want to register through games.crossfit.com and put yourself in the pool of, a few 100,000 other people and see where you shake out, and you can have leaderboards classified by hashtag and all sorts of cool stuff, you can do that. However, we're going to take what CrossFit does and apply that under our gym with the Locomotion Open, which is something totally separate. It's appropriate for every single person that's a member here. Really, the goal is to just drive some camaraderie, to get us closer together. Shared suffering is how we develop bonds. It's also going to push you to work a little bit harder than you would normally work. It's a fun, electrifying environment and atmosphere. It's going to keep you motivated over the few weeks of the event. It's going to make you want to eat cleaner. It's going to transition to life outside of the gym really well too. If you're nervous, good. Step out of your comfort zone. Being nervous and doing things anyway is how we grow as humans. I promise you, every single other person that is doing this is nervous. You're not alone in that. I promise you it'll still be worth it. Trust me. I got you in the gym. You listened to me then, listen to me now. You're not gonna wanna miss it. So I just wanna talk about sort of the general structure of the Open now. It's gonna start on Friday with our draft night. And basically that is the start of a recruitment period. So on draft night, on Friday night, a few things are gonna happen. We're gonna introduce you to the team captains, which I'm gonna keep secret for the time being, but there are 4 of them. We've got some boot campers, some CrossFitters, some males, and some females. On top of that, I'm gonna sort of talk to you a little bit about, like I just did, the history of the Open and show you some video and just sort of get you fired up and ready for what's coming. Then the captains will go ahead and introduce themselves. And then we're gonna draft the sort of top performers of the gym, the people who have been around for a while and know the movements. And that's really what this is a function of. If you're not one of these people, don't get upset. It's probably just because you haven't been here long enough. That's really the biggest factor we're looking at here. Familiarity and being comfortable with the movements that are coming. But we're going to take those top performers and we're going to split them equally amongst 2 teams. So there's 2 teams, 4 captains, 2 for each team. We're going to take those top athletes and we're going to split them evenly so that each team has a fair shot each week at sort of winning the event that week. So that'll be done on draft night. Then it opens up into what we call recruitment. And that period lasts from draft night all the way up until the first open event. And this is a time where the captains are going to do everything they can to get you to join their team, because the Locomotion Open is largely based on participation points. The most points by far come from how involved are you and how often are you showing up to do the workout, essentially. So scoring favors a bigger team, which means the captains are going to do everything in their power to get you to join them. In years past, we've had captains write raps and do them at 6:30 in the morning. We've had t-shirts made. You will see some ridiculous memes and insanity happening in the members group. I'll share a couple samples that I shared with the coaches last week. All sorts of hoopla. When you decide on what team, and I encourage you to wait to decide, make the captains work a little bit. Otherwise, everyone's on a team in 3 days and then we twiddle our thumbs for 2 weeks while we wait for the first event to come. But once you commit to a team, we're gonna snap a little picture with a sign that says, "I've been drafted," with the team name, and we're gonna write you up on the roster for that team. So that is draft night and the recruitment period. Also, during the recruitment period, you have already the opportunity to score bonus points for your team. So there's a few bonus opportunities that I'm happy to tell you now. Number one is you can post a picture of yourself with that "I've been drafted" sign with the hashtag LocoOpen 2021. And we will find that, filter that. You posting that picture on your social media, tagging us using that hashtag, will earn a point for your team before we even get going. Next up, our new registered dietitian, Kayla, is doing a Fueling for Performance nutrition seminar. As part of your registration fee for signing up for the Locomotion Open, which is $20, there'll be a link in this post, you are given access to that seminar. You can attend in person or via Zoom. It will cost money for those people not registered for the Open. So take advantage of this asset. Learn what you should be eating in preparation for the events that are coming up. So if you just show up to that seminar, that's another bonus point for your team. Next up is filming a video about how Loco has changed your life or what you are most excited about for the Open. Again, tag us, use our hashtag LocoOpen 2021, and not only will you get a point for shooting that video, but the winner will also get an additional 3 bonus points for their team. Lastly, you can leave a review on Facebook or on Google and earn a point that way. So, speaking of points, what about events, point system? How does this all work? So the main goal of the Intramural Open is to get as many points as possible for your team. And the team that has the most points at the end wins. We're gonna have a sweet banner printed. You get a little prize on yours truly. And we're gonna do a little night out for everybody on the winning team as well. So we already mentioned some bonus point opportunities in recruitment for the actual workouts. Show up, do the workout, that's good for 1 point for your team, right? All you have to do is just knock it out. The top people in each division are going to earn an additional 2 points for their team. So we've got a few divisions this year. We've got RX, which is the highest division. This will be the hardest workouts. You'll have to hit the movement standards. Next up, and it will have a male and female RX division. Then we go to scaled, again, male and female. Boot camp, male and female, and then over 45, male and female. Now, boot campers, you can still choose to do a scaled or an RX version of a workout. CrossFitters, you can still choose to do a boot camp version of a workout. This is just what we're titling the divisions. You're gonna choose where you wanna go. Also, team will be given 5 points each week for the team with the most spirit. So this could be noisemakers, uniforms. Each week we're gonna send out a form called the Impact Award form. And all you're gonna do is nominate somebody who had the biggest impact, whose performance had the biggest impact on you at the Open that week. And that will count or be one of the factors that we think about when awarding those spirit points. For the events themselves, So there are 3 of them. They are March 13th, March 20th, and March 27th. You do not need to be at all of the events. You come to what you can. The more you come to, the more points you get to your team, but you absolutely, and I expect most people to miss 1 or 2 events, so don't stress it if you fall into that camp. The gym will be set up. If you've ever seen a competitive fitness event, that is how the gym will be set up. So the floor will possibly be taped off in lanes. This year's weird with COVID, so we're gonna have to figure out what that looks like, but each athlete will have their own area with their own equipment. You will also have a judge whose main purpose in our gym is just simply gonna be counting for you so that you can just focus on doing the work and your judge can let you know when you move on to the next thing. We'll have a heat schedule, so the workout will be announced by CrossFit headquarters on Thursday evening. Our events are on Saturday mornings. I, just like you, am finding that out when they make the announcement. So I don't know in advance either. So I will get that heat schedule out on the Friday before. Everyone will be able to register. We'll kick off first heat at 9 a.m. My guess is we'll be out of the gym by 11 or noon at the latest. Family and friends are welcome. We're gonna have the roll-up doors up. We've got the field. We'll have yard games out there. We're gonna have some drinks, some beer, water, that kind of stuff. Also some individually wrapped snacks. In years past, we've done giant potluck food tables. We've provided all of the meat, all the drinks, all of that stuff. Unfortunately, with COVID this year, we need to be a little bit more careful. So we're gonna ask you guys if you wanna bring your own food to eat. I encourage you to do so. Same with booze. That goes for draft night as well. Same deal there, BYOB. We'll have some light stuff here, but I definitely encourage you to bring stuff in. If you're not working out, we're gonna ask folks to wear masks if you can't social distance. Same food, drink, all of that stuff ideally is gonna be outside to make sure that we're doing the best we can with COVID. We've got themes for each week. So week 1 is St. Patty's, week 2 is a 90s theme, and week 3 is a pajama theme. So the whole gym will be set up in that theme. People will wear ridiculous costumes. Most people don't work out in them. You just wear it and then you can change to go work out. Between events, we've got a lot of cool things going on. So we already touched on the Spirit of the Open and the Impact Award. So that's one thing that's going to happen between events each week before the next event so we can award those Spirit points. On top of that, we're going to be doing a weekly update show. So think like Saturday Night Live weekend update, just in the gym. So your coaches are going to be absolutely ridiculous and they're going to tell you what happened the week prior, what can we expect the week coming up. It's really just a time for us to goof off, have fun, be silly, talk about some of the ridiculous memes and happenings from that week. Also, during the 3-week period where between the first event and the last event of the actual open events themselves, we will have some mini challenges that you can also earn additional points for your team, sort of like the bonus opportunity during recruitment. I'm not going to share what those are right now. We're going to keep those as a surprise. There are a couple extra events that attendance is highly encouraged, certainly not required, but as much of this stuff as you can make, the better. The first one is event 1. Like I said, that actual day of the event at the gym is the 13th at 9 a.m. when we all come in and the whole gym works through and heats. However, on the 11th, that's Thursday evening at 8 p.m., CrossFit headquarters is going to make the announcement of what that workout is that the rest of us will be doing on Saturday. So we're going to come to the gym. That announcement's at 8 o'clock. As many people are going to come as are able. Each team is going to nominate one person as tribute, and they're going to go in and do that workout like 15 minutes after they learned what it was. And then all the rest of the people from your team are going to be cheering you on, and we're all going to get a taste for what we're going to be doing on that Saturday. So that is a really fun, it's going to be crazy loud. That is also BYOB, really just hanging out, having a good time, watching some people throw down. I think you guys will love it. We also will have the opportunity through CrossFit to watch like the top athletes in the world go at that workout, which is always fun to see what they can do versus what we can do. So that is one. I already mentioned the nutrition seminar is another, or Kayla's Fueling for Performance nutrition seminar. That's another sort of extra event. And then lastly is we're going to be having a bonus event that is going to be TBA. It's going to be really cool. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm going to release the date and what the event is a little bit later down the line. So that is all things open. I'm at the 15-minute mark at this point. I know that's a long one, but I wanted to get all of this information in one place, answer, I think, every question that I could think of. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to any of your coaches and ask. Please register for this. It really is one of the coolest things we do all year. It'll be one of the highlights of the things that you've done definitely in the past year. I promise you that. And if you do not do it, you will regret it. It's one of those things that you look at it up front and you're like, I'm not sure. This sounds kind of weird. I've never done it before and I'm a little bit scared, a little bit outside of my comfort zone. But if you take the leap, you won't regret it. All right, guys. I will see you soon.